So here we are. Welcome. Our first question and answer from our new studio, and we're really excited. And we're a little late today because, I mean, talk about coming under the wire here. We just got, or Patrick did, he's the IT guy, just got this whole thing together just now. So sorry we're 20 minutes late, but we have been really working hard. So now we have the two shops. We have our shop, our retail store's coming really well. That will be open soon. We'll let you know about that in Arlington. The studio's great because I can do work here. It's centrally air conditioned. The equipment's going to, I think, function better, and I think Patrick's got it really soundproofed well. And the lighting, we're still working a little bit on the lighting. I think the audio. How's the audio, Patrick? Pretty good.
Sounds good.
So hopefully you guys are going to get a better product in the online, even a better product on the online classes. I happen to think it's a good product to begin with. I think the content is great, but now we'll match the audio and the visual with that.
We just get a little, you know.
So
not a huge place, but the sound is much better, I think.
I like the carpeting. The carpeting actually does a good insulating, doesn't it, Patrick?
It's pretty much just perfect for a studio for what we're doing. I don't think we needed a big warehouse.
No, I think bigger is probably not as good for your sound, right? I mean, you get the echoes. So hopefully you guys will agree.
We got the old backdrop still there.
The old backdrop we had to move, so that was one of the projects that we had. And what you see up here is the first class today of Jimmy doing that by popular demand, backed by popular demand, Jimmy. But the idea of a channel back, finally, you guys have been asking about channel backs. Finally, we're going to be doing one, so that will be coming out soon. And how are we doing on the online classes, Patrick? We got new content
well, we're
still?
already filming this, but we haven't even started editing the settee, and also Bernice's classes next, so that's going to be nice.
So we got new classes coming up.
We've been so busy with this, we haven't even...
We got a call from Savannah, Georgia today from a nice fellow that I had talked to before, and I forget his name, sorry. But he was wondering about what the best value is on the internet with classes, and I guess I'm a little prejudiced when I say I think our online classes are great value. I think for people just starting, though, the YouTube classes are great, and I'll get to the YouTube questions in a minute. Actually, I wanted to take care of some more business, Patrick. I think I wanted to ask about how is the YouTube channel coming? How many subscribers do we have? Do you remember?
14,700.
So we're close to 15. We're always going to the higher number. We've been
slacking on the video, but now since we're here, we're going to be filming a lot more videos.
I'm glad you mentioned that, because what I want Patrick to do, you guys, is to have me make it easy for me to switch it on and show longer processes with just me doing the work while I'm actually doing the work. I mean, we are a custom shop too, you guys, so we have to get the work in and out. I think in the past on the YouTube, this is what I'm excited about for you guys. On YouTube in the past, it's been, it's been a real wild ride because we pick up something, we just do the fabric. We don't have many A to Zs. I think bottom line is I'm going to get to more A to Zs. I'm going to get to smaller projects, a little bit more creative and showing you guys, try to envelop you guys in a little bit more of the culture of upholstery by showing how we go about. I had one planned today, but we didn't have time on fabric cutting, how to place motifs. I was thinking a lot today about motifs on fabrics, and some fabrics have like 4 or 5 motifs, some drapery weight fabrics, and we get asked to do this a lot. So I was thinking about what motif do you pick for a particular chair, and what distinguishes one from the other, and hopefully I'll be able to show you that what I'm talking about later. But anyhow, now remember, this is a Q&A, so you guys go to it. I'm going to start getting onto the YouTube right now. And then, as usual, we have Jimmy in the studio audience. I think he's in row 4, seat number 22. I think he looks asleep.
And still, there is no concession stand.
He's always looking for something to eat. You guys don't know how expensive this guy is.
Yeah. I'm looking for that extra trailer out back, too.
Caviar in his dressing room. He wants a champagne.
Steak fries and a nice 8-ounce hamburger, onion, lettuce, tomato. Come on, guys. Come up with something.
That reminds me, I worked at a meat room once, and one night the guys left me alone in there, and they needed, the customers the hamburger ran out of the meat counter. So I saw some meat hanging around on top of the the cutter.
I can see
guess what it was? It was
filet mignon.
It was.
Yeah.
It was about 25 pounds of filet mignon. I was just
All of it?
I just started, I didn't know all of it, Jimmy. Went right into the packaging, the hamburgers that would
Did they put your hands in the meat grinder after?
Nope, put out for 68 cents a pound. It was gone, and they came back weeks after that looking for the great hamburger that they had there.
Yeah.
Best hamburger in the
How lucky
city.
you on the side to do that again.
Well, the meat manager blamed himself because he's the one that left it on in the grinder. But anyhow, let's get right to the YouTube videos. Now Patrick is here, so unlike the last 3, Patrick, when you haven't been here,
8. Are you kidding?
how many did we do without you?
8 of those shows.
So you are the governor. You know what a governor is? He just doesn't run a state, but he also governs the content and where it's going. So you're kind of like you're gonna move me along, right?
Oh, you did a good job while we were gone. So
Oh, okay.
good that you guys got it under control. If we're not here.
Jimmy did a good job
He
too.
did, he did.
Jimmy was a good.
Although I don't have the Jimmy cam set up right now. I got to get that back. No
So
camera.
Jimmy, isn't it interesting? I mentioned that, that you're sitting in the 5th row, 22nd seat in,
Yeah,
and the
very
first YouTube comment I have here is about restoring a theater chair. Your theater chair, number
Oh,
22.
Thank God.
And that's from Denise Hackett, and she's been great on the Facebook too, Denise, I think. She's posted
Yeah,
some nice
I have a
stuff.
few of hers today. I'm pretty sure.
She says, helpful video for upholstering a seat off the unit. Thank you, Denise. And then, this is interesting, Patrick, a little video we did in Yellowstone.
Yeah, that was cool.
We got a reply from somebody. I am glad I found this video on your channel. My father and I stood in that exact spot at Yellowstone when I was a boy. He was an upholsterer too. By the way, Patrick, if it wasn't for Patrick, I don't think I would have ever visited Yellowstone, Patrick. But I'm finding out a little bit about Yellowstone. You know that's a super volcano up there, right?
Right.
And that you had your mother and I in a volcano up there. Did you know that?
I did.
And that any minute it could go.
Yeah.
And that he is
Gotta take the rest.
he is
It's worth it.
he is the sole heir to your throne, right?
You think I was trying to kill him off or something?
I don't know.
Well, I mean, you can always take out another life insurance policy, Patrick.
I don't think we have too much to worry about because I think the last eruption was 250,000 years ago, Patrick.
Okay, I would know.
Something like that. Anyhow, quick tip, how to apply decorative tacks. Thanks for the quick tip to get those little suckers where I want them. Probably should have watched this video before pulling out the ones that weren't in. Interesting, yeah. That was a good one. Sometimes the simple things aren't so simple, and it looks easy, but when you think about it, those decorative tacks are dome shape. So they don't go in like a regular nail. Regular nails are hard enough, right? But then on these ones here, they got a little dome, so you're always, if you watch that video, it's like my wrist is moving every which way in order to get that tack in straight. And also the position of your arm and the tack hammer itself is important. Elizabeth, we're getting on to the next one, fixing a pop button. She says it changed her life. Thank you. Well, thank you too, Elizabeth. I'm glad I could help. This might be a question for Jimmy from Michelle. She says, on the how to upholster the 1860s stuffing in the seat, she says, what is a good substitute for horsehair, Jimmy?
Well, you may find coconut fiber.
Coconut fiber is a good substitute.
Yes.
Something with oomph, So horsehair falls under a batting as well as dacron and cotton and kapok and down and feather. All kinds of things fall under batting. Some battings are softer than others, but it's interesting that she asked that question because you wouldn't necessarily want to replace horsehair with dacron, for instance. It's not enough oomph, right? But coconut fiber and plant fiber does have similarities.
Plant fiber?
Yeah, but the coconut fiber compared to the horsehair is very close, isn't it? Some people get that mixed up too.
Well, looking at it, I mean, especially, if it's been, I'm going to say, aged in the chair or whatever, sofa or whatever it might be, it's pretty close. And if you were to look at it side by side, I think you'd have to take at least, you being in the business so long, you obviously know right off. But
Yeah.
somebody coming in may not be that familiar with it. But still,
Right.
I think it's you're always looking for endurance. You're always looking for the stronger material, whatever one really works for you.
And of course, rubberized horsehair is
the best.
is a good foundation over springs. It's a good foundation. You used it in a stool that you did in the live show last week. Remember?
Yes, and we have to finish that sometime next week or
Yeah.
a week after.
Do you have the stool with you today?
I do.
Oh, okay, maybe we'll.
I didn't know how this was all going to play out today.
Yeah, we might not get to that, but
Oh, we'll you know, talk to the crowd here. You
right.
know.
Okay.
Let's smooth them a little bit.
Let's get to. Is there any questions, Patrick?
Well, Gabrielle says your shirt matches the chair. It kind of does.
Oh, you know it does.
You planned that then?
Well, the chair's very dirty, but I guess I am too.
Well.
I've been working all day on this.
Well, we'll have to kind of give you a little gift, parting, a welcome gift.
By the way, you know, this reminds me of a story.
No.
Do you know the guy that goes around and does the dirty jobs? What's his name? The guy.
I know who it is. Yeah.
You know who I mean?
Mike
Yeah.
Rowe.
Mike Rowe. He got very upset because a jean company came out with a pair of jeans that looked like you've been working in them. And he thought, he was outraged by that. You know, they had it looks like mud stains on it.
Okay.
No, this is a true story. So he was very upset. He says, you know, this isn't good. Why don't they go out and get a job like that and get dirty jeans the old-fashioned way?
No,
Right?
No, they do. Why would they want to do that?
But you guys can Google that. He was outraged. But Eric, you have to be careful what you say because everybody Googles things, right, Patrick?
Yep.
So instantly they know if you're making something up. I'm not making that up. I can't make something like that up, can I? Erica posted a great picture of this mid-century, and I want to read this to you and then show it to you guys. This is on Facebook, so if you guys are new to the question and answer, and if you're new to our channel, I think the way to enjoy and not even have to pay anything is the way to enjoy our videos is the YouTube videos are free. And the forum, the Facebook forum, is free, and it's a great place to share your ideas with other people on the journey of upholstery. And Jimmy is. We want to thank him because he's he's great at administrating. I don't think Jimmy, you've been late on anybody. You're right quick on the ball, right, Jimmy?
I try to be. I don't like people waiting, especially when they ask to be, you know, part of the family, part of the community.
We appreciate that work that you do on that. But you know, you don't have to buy the online classes. You could just, you know, if you're just starting out and you're on a budget, the YouTube classes are great. I think the YouTube videos are great, and I think the forum's great too. But the online classes, as you progress, I think will greatly help you if you want to take a look at that on the website. Patrick, the website.
Yep. It's now Upholstery on Broadway. It's easy.
We've combined it. Upholstery on Broadway. So
everything's on Upholstery on Broadway.
Right.
Local stuff, the classes, everything.
So Erica, she says, hello everyone. I haven't disappeared. Just been really busy. This is an update to my November 20 post. At long last, my couch is completely finished. I've been struggling for months trying to get the cushions done. Velvet is very hard to work with, and I don't have the 40-plus experience to make it work. Smiley face. So I threw in the towel and took it to a professional. They did a wonderful job. I hope to be able to start some projects that have been lingering. So, yeah, this is a very good job. And part of it is, if you look at the cushion on that, it's called a bench cushion, you guys. Some mid-century furniture has that. Bench cushions are hard, especially on upholstery fabrics, because you know the fabric wants to pull. You can almost tell that this was a walking foot. This was a walking foot machine that they made this cushion, but you can do it by hand too if you really have the skill. But that's a really excellent job. I don't know where she got that done, but kudos to whoever did that. So let's go on to the next one. This is from Elizabeth. Elizabeth is looking for advice on how to deal with the sides of this pretty chair. There was burlap wrapped from the sidewise to the arm, but I wonder, what do you do without a second rail? Are any of you familiar with this type of arm? This is the chair that had been a wire front, now removed. All comments are appreciated. I am new to upholstery, so in hindsight, this maybe should not have been my first project. And I would agree with that, because this is a hard job. So we're talking a lot, this brings up the online classes a lot. We talk about transition lines. Jimmy's heard me talk about that on the online classes a lot. But the problem with this chair is there's no good transition. There's no transition lines, and those rails, actually I just noticed the wire. She wants to keep the wire, you guys. So let me just show you this. So some pieces of furniture don't have the benefit of that second rail, that wood rail down here. And she's got another problem with the back, with the transition to the back. Okay, so where do you put your fabric transition, right? So you need a tight transition in this area, and usually there's a wood. Let me just, well, you guys, my finger will show you. Usually there's a piece of wood here about an inch off this back so that you can pull fabric through in a very tight fashion. So that's what you're looking for. So she's going to be challenged with this chair. After she does her seat, she's going to have to hand stitch webbing, probably 3 pieces up and down, folded under, and then hand stitched the webbing. And you need a nice curved needle to do that, a bigger curved needle and the nylon thread to do that. 1, 2, 3. She's going to pull it, and then she's going to staple it or tack it to here. And then she's going to take one piece of webbing. She can fold it in half and put it right near, and she's going to kind of duplicate what the wood would do as a separation, right? She's going to fold it in half. She's going to attach it here. Bring it down first and stitch it here, and then stretch it really tight up at the top. Do you follow me? So she's got a lot of prep work to do on this before she even gets going on the upholstery. And then, of course, she has to burlap this also, the inside arm. So you see, this wouldn't be done, a lot of frames. A professional furniture person, a frame maker, would always add these rails. So they're not, so you have to create those transitions, okay? So, let's get to the next one. One more Facebook, and then we're going to have Jimmy come up. I want to talk a little bit about this chair.
Too, Dan.
What's that?
A few comments.
Okay, do you want to read them?
Sure. Carrie says, got my supplies for my dining room chairs last week. Working on them now as I watch.
Awesome.
Working so much better with the right tools.
How was the packaging?
She's from Canada.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's the one that we enjoyed that getting those boxes, and we did it. We packed it right.
I'm glad she got them and it got through customs.
Yeah, I know. I'm glad they're there.
Oh, that's great. And she's actually doing the chairs while she's watching. That's great. So this is a success story, Patrick.
Yep.
Any other comments?
Maria says, I did my first chair following your tutorials. I really enjoy doing it. The picture on her Instagram. Just got a wingback chair for free and going to upholster that soon.
So Maria is actually, one thing we did when we first started the YouTube, I never thought the YouTube channel would turn into that type of instructional where somebody could actually learn from all the videos. I'm not saying it's easy, because she must be a real study, because she must have to switch from video to video. I guess the point I'm trying to make is, when we started that, we didn't think that anybody could do that, but people are doing that, and my congratulations to anybody that can use those YouTube videos. It's not to say that they're not informative, it's just that they're not fluid. So that's why we went to the online classes, and they're much more fluid in the instruction, and I think they're good for the beginner to the late journeyman upholsterer. So, but I'm thrilled that the YouTube videos, for somebody that's resourceful, you can use those and actually do the upholstery work. It's amazing to me. It really is. We actually started that YouTube channel. It's kind of like a tongue-in-cheek, kind of like a jokey thing, right? Yeah. We just come, the first videos we were thinking about taking down because they're a little silly, right? But then,
see, that's every time.
I know, but then somebody said people still say they like to see. I guess people like to see the historical, in the channel too, where the history of the channel came from. So we're going to keep them, right?
Yeah, of course.
We've kept every one, including the ones where I kind of mess up on too, where we get some comments from professional upholsterers. Well, that's okay. I don't care. I can take it. I got thick skin, right, Patrick?
Yeah.
Denise posted something else here. She says she's been busy on the bench. Latest challenges have been working with vinyl, a king-size headboard, upholstering a seat with springs off the chair, picture below, now a recliner with semi-attached cushions. Wow. thankful for the 2 ottomans, though. She's been busy, and those are some projects that, let me just show you what she's doing here. She looks like she's done a lot of woodwork on this, too, and she's got her coil springs. She's put, hey, you could tell she did a great job 8-way tying the coil springs up at the top. So there you go. That's high-end work, you guys. Okay, so now we're going to talk a little bit. Jimmy, do you want to come up here? And
No.
please,
No.
just tell all those people to move aside for you can make your way down.
Why don't you go to commercial break and then you can, okay.
A couple of the bouncers, I mean ushers, can help Jimmy down.
You have bouncers here? God almighty, they're going to help me with all the stuff coming in today.
And here he is.
Dun, dun, dun. I should have an intro song.
What would it be?
I don't know. I'll have to come up with something obscure.
I think, staying alive, staying alive.
No, and then I have to, don't touch the hair. Remember that moment? Do you ever remember in the movie when you go, don't touch the
Yeah,
hair?
he didn't want anybody to touch
Don't
the
touch
hair.
the hair. Was that at the dinner table? He and his father used to have.
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Don't touch the hair. He'd have everything wrapped up. Remember the napkin was all wrapped around him? Thinking about it, John Travolta as a priest. You can imagine that?
Jimmy.
John.
Do you want to tell people?
I can be John if you want.
That's your real name.
It could be anyone if you really try.
Oh God! Yeah, see.
Are you really Jimmy?
Why do I listen to your? Why do I listen to your son? Tell me.
I'm not so sure if he's even really Jimmy. Could be.
What's the matter? Where you going?
CBS.
So, Jimmy, want to talk a little bit about what you're doing?
Well, this season, as one of the first projects, we are doing a channel back chair, and I think we may need to do a little bit of woodworking on the side here. I feel like maybe when we get it stripped down, we may see what's here on the armrest. But this will be just a reupholstery of the fabric. I believe most of it is pretty intact. This will be the test right here. This will be the big lesson in the back, because I've done a 1 channel back before, but it was so long ago, I believe about 6 years
You did
ago.
that in a live class that we had, right?
No, actually, that was one of the live class. That's right.
That
we
wasn't
did.
on YouTube.
No.
Because people have been asking for this class on YouTube, on the online class.
Well,
forever.
again, Patrick and I were kind of tossing ideas around about keeping ideas fresh, the different types of furniture that are still out there, and some people have some older furniture that they like and they find it very reliable. So of course, channel back chair is the style out there. I know it was 2 years ago when I was looking on Facebook community. It was they were out there for a lot, and they even have, which was really kind of wild. I saw it and I said, "Oh God, what am I gonna do?" Okay. But it was there was a channel back chair that was just twice as wide as this, and I thought, oh my God, that would be the lesson. But
I like the smaller ones, like this one.
yeah, this is more like a formal, very formal chair, but a very cushy chair too. It can be, we're gonna again, as the lessons progress, people will see it as we go along, and
So-
get an idea of what's gonna happen.
So today, what we did, we're also going to try to focus a little bit more on the online classes to show more content. So we're not going to show people actually stripping the furniture down anymore. We're going to give them homework and have them do that, because we like to encourage to use the online classes with the YouTube channel, and we have tool usage on the videos on the YouTube.
Yeah,
so
you've seen it a couple
people
times.
know how to do that. So they can learn from that.
Yeah.
So today what you did was you measured the chair. I checked your measurements. Do you have that paper that you...
I do. Yes, right here.
Can you just show people? So these are the revised measurements for everything except the inside back.
Yes.
The shelf back is a lesson in itself. So once you want to flip it around to show what you did, what Jimmy did is, and you can see it on the board over here, is you actually have to draw an illustration of the back rather than just measurements.
Well, should you? Now, tell me something. Does that, if you were to take this, separate this from the rest of the chair, could
And
you?
it is separate from the rest of the chair.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
how it's done.
Oh,
It's funny
well,
you
see,
should say
again,
that.
that's how long it's been. So, I mean,
Yeah.
that's why I think to a point I wanted for myself as well to know how to do this. And I think sometimes people forget how to, the channel back chair, a wing back chair, how do they do the approach to doing an ottoman? I want to do it, have it a certain look. What are they going to
Right.
do with it?
So if you give people, if you look behind you, the bigger illustration on the board, it has all the measurements. I'll just go over there to point a couple of things out. So we got to this point today where we just measured everything, including the back.
Yeah.
So we measured seam to seam and then added 1 inch, which is a little different than what we usually do.
Right.
So we actually have, you look at this, it's 5 channels and 2 wing channels.
Right.
Okay, because that's a different measurement. The wing, it's actually 2 things in one. It's a wing and a channel. So what we're going to do next week, we're going to add up all these measurements and give it a little bit more, maybe a couple of inches more.
Okay.
Okay, and then we're going to just the top measurements. Now we don't have the up and down measurement. What did you get for an up and down measurement, Jimmy?
I actually, on me it was, I'm trying to remember, because the up and down,
You know what? I don't think we got that. Let's do it live.
Okay.
I think we
I
missed it.
thought I did 21.
So we were talking about it, but we never actually measured it. We're going to go to the second knuckle in, right?
Okay.
And put our tape measure and then come around here. Why the second knuckle, you might add? That's 28
31.
plus, so 31. Let's just get our measurement up there first. You can add that onto your paper because this is probably going to go away.
Now, that was the
So
middle
we were
one?
talking a little bit about why you don't want to extend the up and down measurement, because if you extend the up and down measurement, your angle, you lose your angle, your proper angle.
Right, because
Okay.
the here becomes more narrow on the bottom, is
That's
that
right.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is we're going to put on the other side, we're going to pull this through. It won't be enough to even tack down, but what we're going to do is put strings and pull, and that's another reason we're going to pull right at each one of these seams to really get it tight. And the thing about Jimmy I didn't mention is we're going to have a muslin line on the back, muslin liner, which is going to be 1 inch less side to side, not up and down, side to side. So what that's going to do is it's going to take, we're going to sew all those together with the 1 inch less. That's what's going to give us our round look, okay? That's what's going to take these and just kind of, we're going to fill the channels, but it's going to take these, give this a round look here, and then recess those seams right into the chair.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, I have a vague idea, it just has been so long how to, I know it took an awful long time when I put it out there as you had to measure everything. And then, I think you had to measure it twice because you had the top and the bottom.
Yes, you
Right.
do. And then the cutting on it, when we get to that will be fun. You guys should just get the class and take a look at how we do.
That's why, I mean, I think it's great when we go to different facets of furniture, the older furniture, and getting an idea, again, with channel back and the ottomans and the wing back and so on, get an idea of how the approach is maybe different versus one style versus the other.
So, are there any more questions or comments?
Nope.
Okay. Let's put this down, Jimmy. I don't know if we're going to get to your ottoman, but I wanted to show people something that's a little interesting. I'm just going to put this down.
Okay.
I'm going to ask you to help me.
What are we going to do?
I want you to go into the back over here. Come this way. I have a chair that came in, a couple of chairs that came into the shop the other day, and they're Haworth, which is Haworth is an office, a fine office furniture company. Am I in frame?
Yeah.
The Haworth is a high end. Think Herman Miller. Think industrial. Think machine age furniture. And a lot of the stuff I've never seen. I've never seen these two chairs that came in, so I had an interesting time taking it apart and understanding how I'm going to put it back together again. But Jimmy has the chair, if you can believe this. This is a chair. So how many parts? I just wanted to count the parts as he's putting them up here. Is 1, 2, 3. This is the seat, believe it or not. That's
Are you
4.
kidding? Well, what's this one here?
That's one of the inside arms. That's 5.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
5, and plus you have another 3 here.
So we have
Eight.
the loose cushion, the back, and now take a look at the back of this, Jimmy. Take a look at the arm. Okay, that's the arm. See the feature here that's kind of cool. You know, this has a real Frank Lloyd Wright look to it, doesn't it? He's a famous architect, doesn't it? I'm sure Michaela knows who Frank Lloyd Wright was, right? You see how the opening here, have you ever seen a chair like that before?
No, I
Okay,
mean,
well,
I've seen the armrest, but definitely not the
So
style
the
to it.
feature is, you see the metal going into, it just kind of bleeds right into the fabric?
Right,
You see that?
okay.
Now, how do you think they did that? Because the fabric is wrapped around, there's a seam here, but it's sewn. Okay, how do you think they got those metal pieces in? This is one of the features that's interesting.
You're kidding. So do you know it, or?
Yeah, I figured it out, and I'm just gonna show you. I'll just explain it. I had to figure this out because I've never seen it before, and I don't have the manual to put it, you
Oh,
know,
wow. Well,
right?
so how would you, I mean, if you don't know how to take it apart.
You have to figure it out.
Right. But
So-
also, I mean, what I'm saying is, would it be harder if you just took it apart and saying, okay, I'm gonna wing this, so you're thinking like, okay, I can put it
Gotta
together?
go back together again in the proper proper manner.
Yeah, because you can't make it up as you
Yeah, but one of
go.
the features, one of the interesting features is how in mid-century furniture, this is why mid-century furniture is harder than traditional furniture, because you have these little these transitions. It looks almost magical. It's just metal sitting there,
Mm-hmm.
and it's seemingly nothing holding it there. So the way this is done, it's very clever. So if you look underneath here, there's screws. Okay, those
okay.
screws come. This comes out undone. The
Okay.
top, all right, and then this screws out.
Okay,
So a lot of times you want to go fishing inside here to see see if there's a screw in here,
okay.
but it screws in. It's really interesting how it was done. It's really clever, and the rest of it's interesting too, how it was put together. So I just thought people would like that. That's a Haworth, it's called. I think it's a Canadian company.
Okay.
Real high-end office furniture. It weighs a
Well,
ton.
I mean, yeah, I'm sure I can tell. Now, how did you put it together? How do you?
Well, I'm gonna have to upholster it each piece, and people say, is it easier to have something come apart like this? Absolutely not. It's much easier. Your chair is much easier as
Yes,
it
mine
together
might be in
upholstered.
sections, but it's in depth, so.
But the legs are easy. They just screw out, which I can't see. There we go. They unscrew. So that's easy to
You
figure
gotta
out.
start bench pressing again, I think.
Yeah, I think I might have to, right, Jimmy?
Yeah.
Let's see. Should be able to get that out. That's probably the easiest part of the chair, is if these just unscrew. There you have it. But look at how well they're made. Feel that, feel the weight on that.
Yeah, it's solid.
Pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah.
And look at how it recesses inside there. You see that?
Oh,
Isn't that cool? It's really well made.
So what is the price on the the fabric rather?
It was selected by them, so I'm not sure how much that was. But
Okay.
anyhow. I just wanted.
But
to
they
show
thought
people
you
that.
could do the work, huh?
Well, I think they have enough confidence in me. Yeah.
Wow. Now,
Let's
where
hope.
is this office?
This was I believe this is a therapist's office.
Okay.
So you can see it's got a lot of wear.
Yeah.
A lot of therapy
It's-
lately.
yeah, yeah. Tell me your problem.
So I think, unless there's other business on there, Patrick,
Um,
any other comments or questions?
well, just that we're glad to, one of the things fell down. Jimmy, you're bad luck.
What?
Did you feel the sword of Damocles hanging over you?
You want me to reenact that?
Other than that falling, I don't think there's any other stuff. Just glad everyone's bearing with us. We're still not fully set up. I know I didn't have the comments showing today.
Right,
Yeah, I
right.
think I
Next
think
time I will.
I think definitely we can get the interior design team on that.
I put that 3M glue on there. That stuff.
Yeah, you know what? You gotta put the glue to the, Good God, man. Dad's gonna show you everything.
But we're happy to be back.
Happy to be
Almost
back.
back to normal. Everything's set up. So.
Yeah.
The YouTube channel should be getting a little bit more exciting with more videos that we're going to be posting, right, Patrick?
Not much. I mean, it's only been 30 minutes, but there's not much else we can really cover today. We don't have anything.
No, I think we're going to be extending these.
Yeah, no, we'll be back to an hour next week.
Yeah,
and we
yeah.
have everything because we're a little bit rushed today.
Yeah, we're a little tight too with all the work that
At
we've
least
been
everybody
doing.
knows we're here in our new studio. Things
Yeah.
are going good. There'll be
At
more
an
YouTube
undisclosed location.
videos. Well, right, Don?
Yeah.
Undisclosed.
Yeah, we just need to get to work, and I feel like, where we were before, one location, we're doing everything at the same place, I'd walk by and hit a chord and the plug would come out and break the plug on the can.
Well,
things
yeah,
like
you know
that.
what?
No more kids crying at the barbershop.
Kids cry at the barber shop. Jimmy's
think-
fans coming.
I mean, you know, we could probably put a squeeze on the barber shop to get rid of them.
They're probably happy we're not making noise down there now.
That's
I don't
right.
know. I mean, how much was it? 6 or 8 people when there were classes going on. and
Banging
then-
away all at the same time, Jimmy.
What's that again?
Banging their hammers at the same time.
Oh my God! Well, it's not like we're putting up a 4-story building for crying out loud. My God!
Should let our customers know that we're not actually gone from Arlington. We're still
Well,
there.
we're
selling all of
of
our
course.
stuff. Stop by if you want supplies.
Yep.
Yes,
Sure.
drop
As we
by.
get, yeah.
I like my coffee, milk, sweet and low. Thank you very much.
Well, I think if that's all the business, Patrick, I think we're going to sign off. And thanks for everybody for tuning in. And we'll see you next time.
Thanks, guys.